star right there.
Yeah, you might also know him from being on stage a second ago as a member of the High Strung as well.
Hey, look what I got.
What do you got? Oh, you got the juice bottle that I threw into the crowd.
It was totally, oh shit, even the lip was...
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm pretty proud of how easy I made that drink look to drink. It was not an easy drink to drink.
I'm not really a couch dude.
Yeah, it's...
a couch guy.
Yeah, but
Allison knows I'm not like a couch guy.
Shout out, Allison.
oh wait, you're not a couch guy?
No, not like, you're a couch guy?
I'm a couch guy.
You're a couch guy.
Wait, so
No,
what
but
are you?
you seem comfortable.
He stands.
Whoa.
He stands.
You seem very comfortable on the couch. Is all I'm
Wait, you're a chair guy?
Like maybe you go to a therapist? By chance?
You like to sit on the floor much,
I do like to sit.
There you
You want me to
go.
sit on the floor for this interview? No.
No, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Pizza. Okay.
I want to tell you that when you wrote a novel about not being able to use your eyes or you die, I was like, that's terrifying. But I read Daphne, and this is a novel about, I'm going to use the word monster. It's not a monster, but a monster that can get you if you think about it. So,
Yeah, it's like a neurotic. It's
Yeah.
like if Woody Allen wrote a horror novel.
right, no, it's like the more you, the premise of if you think about Daphne can only get you if you think about Daphne, but once you're thinking about Daphne, what do you do?
But it's not necessarily like Bloody Mary. It's
No,
not like,
no,
it's
not
like
at
you
all.
say your name 3 times.
No,
It's
not
like
at
you just
all.
kind of start to think about it, and you start thinking about it a little bit more, start thinking about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I was looking forever for a anxiety as monster. And as straight a line as that sounds.
No.
But like every now and then, do you mind if I set this here?
No, I said it.
Every-
My
you-
table is your
would-
table.
would
My
you,
table is
like
your
some-
table.
So every now and then I like to like throw like a fastball with like writing novels, right? Like, and it seems like they follow each other, and this is true of the band as well. Like, the band went into the studio, recorded Posible o Imposible, and then I had to have a session alone with the 4-track in the basement, drink, write a song a day, preposterous, and then we're back in the studio. The book seemed to be the same thing, and the book before Daphne is a real special one to me called Ghoul in the Caper. It's a total kitchen sink novel, and then afterwards I was like, I want to throw a fastball, and I felt like Daphne was that.
I expected to be scared. I expected the tension. I did not expect to relate as much. I love Kit. I love
Oh,
Kit
really?
so much
Awesome.
as a
That's
character,
amazing.
and
Awesome.
I love.
Sweet.
Early on, there's this quote I'm going to butcher right here. That's talking about anxiety, and it says something along the lines of anxiety tricks you into thinking that was the big one.
No, right, no, that's the
Right?
thing. You can't, God, there's so much to say about this subject.
Right.
Like, you can't tell someone that's freaking out
Yeah.
that you made it through the last one, because the nature of the freak out is that you're not going to make it through it. So you wouldn't be freaking out unless you believed that.
Right.
Right. And so there's like even if you've suffered for your entire life with it, and you're like, I'm still here, everything should be fine. The next one that comes, I'll be totally prepared.
Yeah.
And then you're not. Then this time you believe it. You're like, I'm more afraid to fly this time than I was last time. And I'll say stuff like that to Allison. I'll be like, listen, I think I know last time was rough, but I think it's worse this time. And she's like, no, you're saying the same exact things, but it doesn't, it fools you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also this kind of true allegory about anxiety or maybe depression here and there, but at the end of it is a 7-foot-tall woman with a blue face in Kiss makeup and all denim who's going to kill you with her bare hands.
Yeah.
So,
And she can dunk too.
yeah, she can dunk. So it's but for those of us who maybe do have some anxiety or it is a real characterization of this monster at the end of what a panic attack or an anxiety episode, and it is shockingly relatable to those moments where you do feel like, oh my God, how am I can get through this, but can I get through this?
Yeah, for like years I've been looking for, it's funny that you said that you hesitated on the word monster, because like I was thinking about this, I was like, nervous about this talk, which now I'm not. You're actually really amazing to talk to. And I was nervous before, and I was like, wait, don't use the word monster. She's not really a monster.
No,
she's
not
like
at all.
an entity. She's a state of mind, this kind of thing. But forever, I was looking for anxiety as monster. And I came close once before, like 20 books ago or something, where there's a fella who is known for being enthusiastic, right? And then suddenly around him, all of his friends and family are saying, hey, are you all right? He's like, what do you mean am I all right? Yeah, of course, I'm all right. At me? I'm the life of the party.
Yeah.
And then he starts to believe that whatever downswing he's on is not his fault. That there's no way he could feel this way. Something else must be doing this to me. So he sets out to trap depression, essentially.
Yeah.
For me, that's the closest I came to Daphne before. The problem is that I actually don't suffer from depression. And so even when I talk about it, that book was called Pest. When I think about Pest, I'm like, I love the thinking behind it, but I feel like I actually didn't know what that experience would be like. With Daphne, I was like, no, I know this.
Yeah, and I think that too, I'm going to reveal a tiny bit about the beginning here. Early on, our Kit, I'm going to call Kit the main character, there's a lot going on here, but Kit, ice in her veins, makes the game-winning shot at the most important basketball game for her high school team, and you know, you're starting from a place of everyone around also seeing, oh, that's somebody who has it together, right? So I think also there's this deeper relation you can have with this evaluation of what's going on in. We should think about what's going on in anybody's head, whether they are able to sink the game-winning shot like it's no problem, or what does it look like?
Sometimes I'll be in a Zoom meeting or something, and then I'll suddenly think like, this isn't just like a woman that that I'm like talking to about this. Like she has just as many. Not problems, but as many like doors in her mind, and as many like the catacombs of emotions or whatever. But in the meeting, it's like, hi, I'm Josh, hi, I'm Linda, and it's like that thing. I think the exciting thing to me about Kit actually doing that at the beginning is that it's like the drummer of the High Strung, Derek, is the first person that ever said to me, and it's a quote that I just love. He's the first person that ever said to me, you can't be brave unless you were scared of it first. So if you're not scared, then you're not being brave. If you jump off a mountain, like Allison did recently, if you jump off a mountain, paraglide, whatever, like if you're not afraid of it, was it brave? So for Kit to pull that off, it was like, oh, she did it. She got through that. There's a moment of bravery for her.
Yeah. Oh man, I love this book. I love.
Thank you.
I love Kit. I love the friendship with Dana. I don't want to get too into it. Read the book. You need to read the book. Before the show, you told me a fun story about you did
Allison?
you did a.
No, it's genius. So okay, this is the most clutch shot I've ever seen in my life, and I've watched a ton of basketball, like too much, and played a ton, and I've never made a shot like this. So okay. The book opens with Kit at the line, and then she asks the rim a question, is Daphne going to get me, essentially? Because, whatever, long story. Either way, she makes the freaking shot. We do theatrical readings of the books. It's never just me at a podium. I feel like I would, freak out and worry I had to go to the bathroom the whole time. Like, I can't even fathom this. So, it's a group of friends called Wowtown, and we all put on, we're still reading, but it's a show. So the last one was in a gymnasium. There's 100 people there, and Allison is playing Kit. So I'm facing, this is amazing. I'm facing the audience and I'm reading and then Allison's over here at the line with the ball, and I'm narrating, real fast, stop. The night before, when the rehearsal, I'm narrating and I hear her shoot and I hear boing, like she missed, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm like, what do we do if she misses? I guess we just think the audience just has to pretend she made it. Because I'm narrating the fact that she makes it. Okay, now it's show night, 100 people in this gym, everything. And I was like, I'm like, I even changed the hand because you're left-handed. I was like, right hand supporting, blah, 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 and she shoots, and I heard this little, and the audience went, huh. And I was like, oh shit, Allison just made that shot. Allison just made that freaking shot. Like in front of like a whole gymnasium of people. And I was like, that is ice water, man.
Yeah.
That was more ice water than Kit.
Yeah.
There was a narrator saying you're making the
you
shot.
have a choice. Like they could have lost the game in that world, and it would have been like
That would have been fine. Right, they still would have went out for
the
pizza.
narrator narrating.
But if she would have missed the shot,
swoosh.
nobody would have ever talked to her again.
I'm being overly effusive about this book, but I really genuinely love this book.
I really love what you're doing here, man.
I appreciate it.
We've all been talking about it like over here, and Mark, the other singer in the High Strong, and outside I was talking about people. It's like amazing to watch like that you're doing this, and
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think that there's some amazing artists of all disciplines around here, and it's important. It's important to give them a platform to talk about why. You know, like it's great to see the art, but I want to know the artists too.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you something that I'm wondering. What's it like to see Sandra Bullock play a character you wrote?
oh man,
Or John Malkovich?
I mean all of that. It's hard to even explain all
Right?
of that. Like sometimes somebody will say, "Is this the most surreal moment in your life?" or something, and it's like, man, it's pretty funny. Okay, like in the book, she's 26 years old or something, and then when we got a call that it was going to be her, it was like, I swear it was like 2 seconds. I was like, man, great.
Yeah.
Like that sounds unbelievable.
Okay, I guess.
All right, Mallory is 50. This is better than the book. You know, I was like losing my mind. But I don't know. I think that, and like how Milo said, I don't mean to get more serious in a fun setting, but I don't know that any, in terms of surreality, I don't think anything could ever beat when you're writing alone for 20 years and you're writing book after book after book and you're imagining them almost like a sketch fantasy of them all on a shelf lined up. And it's almost like this like black and white version, like these vague sort of like titles you can't even, it's almost dreamish. To actually see the titles become real on the shelf, I don't think even Sandra Bullock playing Mallory could beat the surreality of like that fantasy being colored in.
I mean, you absolutely accomplished an incredible amount as a writer. I am so glad that you came out and talked to us today.
Wait, does that mean we're done? I'm loving this.
We can talk more.
Sorry.
I will tell you one more thing.
Okay.
This is one of the few books that I sat down and finished in one read. I haven't done that very much in my life, and I will tell you that book is one of the few that I've done.
Yeah, I've done that a few. There's this guy named Ian Reed. Allison knows that I'm nuts about. Oh, he wrote that Charlie Kaufman's newest movie. I'm thinking of ending things.
Okay.
And there's something about that dude where I'm like that with every one of his books. I'm like, it's all in one sitting, and it doesn't even. I mean, they're a little shorter. Bird Box is a little shorter, right?
Yeah.
It's not, but it's not like a freaking novella.
No,
you
it's not a
know?
novella. It's a
Yeah.
novella. It's not a freaking novella.
But that guy does that for me, where I'm like, I can't wait. And he says like, I didn't even really like the last one, and I was like, I read it in one sitting because I just love the writer, like the artist or the mind behind it or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I am looking forward to anything that you put on paper. I am so grateful that you came out. The novel is Daphne that we're talking about, but I would encourage you to pick up any of these wonderful books, novels around. She's a phenomenal writer. Please give it up for Josh Malerman, everybody.